Well, hello everybody, Steve here. I like to introduce you to Leo. This is Leo the lizard. You can see him in the cage. Before you report me to the Animal Abuse Society, I want you to know that this is actually an invasive species. This is an iguana. From his tail all the way to his nose, he's about 2.5 feet long. And I want you to know he resides at 641 South Barfield. And I have been chasing him for months and months, and he has evaded every attempt I have made to capture him until this week. I've been studying his behavior, and I would like to proudly tell you that I have outsmarted this thing finally, and he's caught in my cage. Now, the reason that I'm introducing you to Leo is that, at least according to Solomon, lizards are wise. Now, not wise in the sense you and I would think of readily. In other words, this thing probably has a fairly low IQ. I wouldn't suspect that he's ever read a book. He certainly couldn't run my iPhone. But according to Solomon, he's wise. And you say, well, Steve, what makes him wise? Well, you see, lizards, like Leo, get a mention in the book of Proverbs along with ants, with badgers, and with locusts. Solomon, observing God's creation, looked at these 4 kinds of creatures and noticed that they all had something in common. Solomon's attention to detail was such that when he looked at ants and badgers and locusts and lizards, what they all have in common is that compared to lions and bears and horses, these guys are small. Ants, though, feed themselves through the summer. Badgers can build houses in rock walls. Locusts can assemble an army and attack a field. And these guys, according to Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 28, you can check me out on this, Proverbs 30:28, lizards can reside in king's palaces. Now, you and I don't live in king's palaces, but at the same time, Leo lives on Marco Island. In fact, he lives in the estates. He's not doing too badly with all the green vegetation. He's doing well, but lizards can actually reside in the palaces of kings because they can make their way to just about anything. My point, according to God, it's not size, it's not IQ, it's not looks, it's not power, it's not flashiness that matters. It's the skill of living. That's what Scott and I have been saying all along. Wisdom, according to Proverbs, is the skill of living. Now, these guys have that kind of skill of living that they can live in king's palaces, which I'm never going to live in. So to gain skill in living begins with fearing the Lord, honoring Jesus above anything and anyone else, bringing your life in submission to His Word, and then steering clear of any and all forms of foolishness, which is, quite frankly, why you and I need Jesus. And you and I are wise if we're putting our trust in Jesus because He fulfilled the book of Proverbs. I didn't, nor did you. He's the only one who lived wisely. He's the only one that lived perfectly. He's the only one that can be my Savior. And now that He's saved you and me, He wants us to live wisely. So maybe look up those ants and badgers and locusts and lizards in Proverbs chapter 30 and ask the Lord to help you live wisely. So anyway, you now know Leo the iguana, down here on 641. May God bless and care for you today. Bye.